What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope your bank accounts and your SSDs are ready, because April 2026 is officially looking like one of the busiest months we've seen in a long time. Whether you're looking for a high-octane sci-fi, some genuinely unsettling horror, or a game where you play as, and I'm not joking, a sentient octopus in a factory, we got it all today. I've been digging through the release calendars, watching the gameplay deep dives, and today I'm giving you the 10 games that are actually worth your time. Let's jump into the first one. Now, we're kicking things off with a game that I have been obsessed ever since I saw the first trailer, Mouse PI for Hire. Now, if you look at the screen, you'll see why. This isn't your typical 2026 graphic showcase. Instead, it's a first-person shooter done entirely in a 1930s hand-drawn black and white cartoon style. If Cuphead and Bioshock had a baby, this probably would be it. What's truly mind-blowing here is the technical side. We are talking 54,000 individual frames of animation. You play as a private investigator mouse in a gritty noir world, and while it looks like a cartoon, the gameplay is a serious shooter with exploration and puzzles mixed in. It's coming in a very reasonable $30 or £30 depending on where you live, and it drops on April 16th on PS5, Xbox, PC, and Switch. This is a day one buy for me. Next up, let's talk about Saros. This is coming from Housemarque, the same team that gave us Returnal, and you can immediately feel their DNA in the gameplay. It's a third-person sci-fi shooter that looks incredibly fast and intense, but here's the twist. Unlike Returnal, it's a bit more story-focused and thankfully for some of you, a bit less punishing. Progression actually carries over, so you aren't starting from scratch every single time you die. You are navigating these shifting, eerie worlds and constantly upgrading your gear. It's a brand new IP, which I always love to see. And it's hitting the PS5 on April the 30th. If you like the movement in Returnal but wanted more of a narrative hook, this is the one. Alright, hear me out on this one, because you play as an octopus, Darwin's Paradox. It's a puzzle platformer where you play as Darwin, an octopus who gets snatched from the ocean and dumped into a massive industrial factory setting. Think Pixar animation vibes meets Little Nightmares. Because you're an octopus, the movement is totally unique. You are using your tentacles to climb, swing through cargo bays, and stick to surfaces. There is heavy stealth element here too, where you can use camouflage to hide from machines. It looks charming, clever, and genuinely different from anything else on the list. Look for it on April 2nd for PS5, Xbox, PC, and the Switch too. The day many of us thought would never come is finally here. Starfield is landing on the PS5. I know the discourse around this game has been a rollercoaster ever since it launched on Xbox and PC, but PlayStation players are actually getting the best version of the game. It's launching on April the 7th alongside a massive new update that adds new weapons, gameplay tweaks, and a fresh DLC pack. If you've been waiting to explore 1,000 planets and build your own starship on your PS5, this is your moment. It's a Bethesda RPG through and through. Massive, slightly janky, but incredibly easy to get lost in for hundreds of hours. Speaking of games that are finally arriving on more platforms, Hades 2 is coming to Xbox and PS5 on April 14th. This roguelike action RPG was a massive hit on PC last year, and now console players get to see what the hype is about. You're going after Kronos, the Titan of Time, through a beautiful realized Greek underworld. On the newer console, it's going to run a buttery smooth 120 FPS. If you like fast combat, incredible art, and a story that keeps you coming back for just one more run, this is essential. Plus, it's hitting Game Pass on day one. Let's change the mood a bit for the horror fans. The Occultist is a first-person narrative horror game where you play as a paranormal investigator. You end up on an isolated, abandoned island trying to figure out what happened to your father. And the atmosphere here is just thick. It's not a run and gun horror game. It's more about exploration, solving puzzles, and that slow burn tension that makes your hair stand up. If you like games that focus on a creepy, isolated location rather than just constant jump scares, mark April 8th on your calendar. It'll be on PS5, Xbox, and PC. This is one I've been waiting for since it was first teased years ago. Capcom's Pragmata. It's an action-adventure game set on a moon base that has gone completely dark after an AI takeover. You play as an astronaut named Hugh, but you aren't alone. You are protecting an android named Diana. The gameplay dynamic is really cool. Hugh handles the threats, while Diana stays on your back to hack systems and open paths. It's giving me some Death Stranding vibes, but with way more combat. It looks beautiful, mysterious, and very Capcom. It drops on April 17th. If you want something a bit more violent, Invincible Versus is dropping on April 30th. This is a 3v3 tag team fighter set in the Invincible universe. You get 18 characters to choose from, and the combat is exactly as brutal as you'll expect from the show. The levels get absolutely demolished as you fight, and the animations are spot on. It's a single player locally, but you can jump online with two mates for the 3v3 action. There is even a demo coming out on April 9th if you want to try before you buy. From the creators of Row 96, we have Tides of Tomorrow. This is a first-person adventure set on a flooded post-apocalyptic planet. You play as a Tide Walker, trying to save your community from a deadly disease. But the coolest feature is called Storylink. Basically, you can choose to follow the path of another player who played before you. You'll see their choices and can decide to follow their lead or go your own way. I can already see the internet trolls making this very interesting. It's coming on April 22nd and to PS5, Xbox, and PC. Last but certainly not least, we have Replace. This is a 2.5D side-scrolling platformer with some of the best pixel art I have ever seen. The lighting, the Blade Runner, Skew City, the reflections, it's stunning. You play as Rich, an AI trapped in a human body, in an alternative 1980s America. The combat looks heavy and impactful, and the world just feels massive for an indie title. It's coming to Xbox and PC on April 14th. PS5 fans, we might have to wait a little bit longer for this one, but it looks like it will be worth the wait. So that's your April 2026 lineup. For me, Saros and Mouse are the big ones, but I want to hear from you. Which of these are you picking up? Did I miss anything you're hyped for? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more gaming guides. I will catch you in the next one. Peace!